On the topic, we are doing highlight and contour per request yesterday. From North Carolina morning. Hey girl, hey. We're gonna go over this using powder, which I think is a simpler way to do your highlight and contour. I know it's a little darker right now, but the natural light is coming. So we're doing highlight and contour using powder, and those of you guys who have been on here before, I always talk about, oh, from North Carolina, thank you for tuning in. I always talk about this palette. This is called City Color Contour Effects, and I love, love, love this contour palette. So this is what we're going to be working out of today, and this is on eBay for $6.98 is what I paid for it. So if you guys are interested in getting this, it's on eBay, $6.98. I did get a new one, and then I broke the new one again at a photo shoot, and then I repurchased it, or I had my sister repurchase it because I broke it again. I don't know what that face means, babe. A lot of people from North Carolina. Okay, I'll hold it up. I have to hold this one. I think this is the broken one, so I have to hold this one a little tighter. So this is the palette that we're working out of today. Okay, so we are gonna dive in, but before we do, ATL in the house. 10 a.m. here. Yeah, well, it's pretty early here over here. So before we get started, I see you guys are already sharing with your friends. Please do that so we can have more people come in. London. Wow, from London, welcome. So how you do that is there a guy at the bottom right hand corner. Go ahead and tap that person and share with all your friends. Then also there are hearts going up already. Thank you for the hearts. What that does, it helps me become a preferred or featured artist here on Periscope. So that is the goal. So please go ahead and send the hearts up, send the love. I appreciate you guys doing that already. So let's dive in. What I've already done to keep this from the living room. Thanks, babe. What I've done to kind of hurry this up a little bit is I've done my eyeshadow and my liner. I filled in my eyebrows, and so I've done all my eyes so that we can focus on the contour. The first step is with powder contour, you're going to put your foundation on first. So with powder, you put all your liquid things on first. That's step one. So we are going to prime our face, and I'm using Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I love this primer because if you have oily skin, it mattifies your skin so that you can have a nice application with your foundation. And we're just going to apply that all over the face. Okay, and once that's done, we can move on to our foundation. So, this one, I think this one was about $15, but use a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. But another good one is from NYX. And I think I have that over here. This one right here. So NYX right here is about $5.99, I want to say, and it's similar to this one, although this one does a better job of mattifying your face. Okay, so the foundation is the same foundation that I've been using, the Revlon Color Stay. You guys know me. What I normally do with my foundations is I will use them up and then I'll buy a new one. Alright, so I'm mixing my two colors, cappuccino and caramel. And I'm going to apply using my Oh Wow brush. A lot of you guys tagged me and told me you guys got the brush. Hope it's working out for all you guys. So I'm just stirring it up, mixing it up. And Here's the Oh Wow brush for those of you guys who haven't seen it before. It's like a toothbrush, but it smooths, it buffers, and it does everything in one swoop. So it's a great application. Scotty, stop distracting them. Yes, it blends in everything really well. So that's why I like the Oh Wow brush. It blends your foundation and everything really well. This one I got from the actual website, which is KaylinCosmetics.com. But a lot of people, yeah, it's starting to get lighter because I have my vanity facing a window so I can do my makeup in natural light. So the cost of the brush when I bought it was around $20 to $25. However, a lot of you guys tagged me and told me that you found it on eBay, and some people got it for $15, some people got it for $10, someone even said $1. So I would go on eBay first, and after I put on my foundation, I'll hold it up so you guys can screenshot it so you can see what it looks like. And I would say look on eBay or Amazon first before you actually go to the website. Alright, so when you're doing your foundation, I always just put a little bit, I don't add any more foundation, I just put just a little bit down the neck, whatever is left on the brush. Yeah, the eBay was, I mean, a lot of people said it works very well. So here's what the brush looks like. It almost looks like a toothbrush. It's called an Oh Wow brush by Kaylin. But look on eBay first because there's been a lot of people who told me they found it anywhere between $10 to $15. So check eBay and Amazon before you purchase it at Kaylin. That is true. You do have to watch out. No one has said there's been any issues, but you do have to watch out. So after we've applied our foundation, the next step is highlighting. So I'm using my concealer, and this is from MAC NW35 Pro Longwear Concealer. I love this concealer because it dries quickly and it stays on all day, so it's really good for that. And then on top of that, it besides it being really hard to get out of here because you only need a little bit, it doesn't crease and crack underneath here. Someone said they got it on Amazon for $17. When you got it on Amazon, did you search the Oh Wow brush? Just so they know. So for this right here, we are going to, for the highlight section, we're going to be using a stiff flat brush, okay? A stiff flat brush is what is needed to put on your highlighter. The reason why you want to use a stiff flat brush is because you want to have control on where you put it. When I put on my concealer, I am going to do it really close to the nose. Remember, we're highlighting. So I'm going to do it really close to the nose right here, and then I'm going to draw a triangle to that spot right there and blend it out. Why I do that is because I want this area highlighted. Now, if you tend to have a narrower face, you can bring your highlight out closer to your hairline. So you would go here and here. That's just, you know, food for thought while putting on your highlighter, or highlight, not highlighter, while doing your highlight. I don't want to pull it all the way out, so I am gonna stop right at the eyes. And on both sides. Now after we do this, we are going to highlight our nose, chin, Cupid's bow, and forehead. And I'll tell you guys why we do that in just a moment. The key about highlighting is you have to know your placement. You have to understand why you're placing things where. So highlighting is where you want to bring things to the light and you want to look like you have your own like personal sun following you. The name of this brush right here, or the Oh Wow brush. So right under here. Oh, good. Thank you for whoever put that up there. Thank you. And then right on the bridge of the nose. I'm using liquid. Always use liquid for highlighting. Liquid or cream. Powder is hard to control. And when you're doing your highlight, you want to be able to control where you're putting things. I am using a stiff flat brush from Coastal Scents. It's in one of the Coastal Scents kits, or sets I should say. Okay, so there goes your highlight. The other brush was the Oh Wow brush. So we've highlighted, and then I'm also going to do my eyebrows. The reason why, thank you. The reason why I do eyebrows, and this step is where you can correct after you filled in your eyebrows, it's where you can correct the shape. So highlighting your eyebrows also just kind of defines your shape even more. I've heard about a lot of different highlight and contour methods. I've heard about the clown method. I've heard about a lot, but to be honest, all those things are great, but they're really hard to blend in. I've not really seen the African method, but what I will say is that all you need to do is know where you're highlighting and why you're highlighting it to get a nice application. When it comes to makeup, I keep it simple because I don't want to have to blend all that stuff, because you're going to have to blend it all. So there we are for highlighting. So we hit highlight over here, over here. You have to highlight this entire area because you want the light to hit your face evenly. This is all after foundation, this step. Now we're using a beauty blender and we are tapping, stippling motion. I would thread my eyebrows. Thank you, babe. And when we do that, we're just doing nice taps motion. So the reason why you tap and not blend this way is you don't want to wipe away your product. So tapping is really just getting the product blended into the foundation, getting rid of any harsh lines that may be there from when you are applying the concealer. And if you have problems getting into the corners of your eye because you want all of that blended into your waterline and all that, I switch to my fingers. And blend in nicely. Now, if you don't have a beauty blender, you can use a fluffy, a bigger brush, a clean one. Mine's not clean because this is what I use to set everything, but you could use this and then blend lightly around. So I'll blend up here with this. So if you don't have a blending brush, you can use your fluffy brush. You're welcome. I just feel like the beauty blender is a lot easier to blend with, but you can use your brushes as well. Just be careful when you're blending that you don't blend away your product. And then you can also use your fingers to make sure you get everything good, nice and blended. Alright, so now that we've put on everything liquid, the next step is to set. Right? So we're going to set our foundation and set our highlight. Wherever you highlight, I always suggest to use the translucent powder, which is this right here. Actually, it's really this, but I switch it into a smaller container. My translucent powder is from RCMA, which is a professional brand, but there's also translucent powder with who is it, NYX. And the thing about your translucent powder, when you're buying it and you want to use it for your highlight, make sure that it's a matte translucent powder, that it doesn't have any glitter or anything shiny in it. And that big container was like $10, and I've had it for 2 years now because I use a little bit at a time. So it was really worth getting. And again, I want it matte. And so everywhere that I've highlight is where I'm putting the translucent powder. And then I will switch to the banana powder by Ben Nye, which is a little bit more expensive, but I like, there's also a dupe for that, which is Sasha, less expensive. NYX has several different translucent powders. They have a shimmering one, they have a matte one. So when you actually go to the store for NYX, you'll be able to choose and read up, make sure you're getting the right one. So we're using the banana powder for our foundation. And remember I said when you're putting on your powder, a little bit goes a long way. So I tap some of that powder off. No, not a setting. Sasha is available online only, yes. You don't want to use a setting mist. That's at the end. Think of setting mist like hairspray. Setting mist is going to lock everything in there. It's like your very, very last step. A powder is going to set your foundation so it doesn't move around throughout the day. So even though they have the same name, they have different purposes. All right, so we're done with that. Now it's time for the contour. So I can't really hold this one up because this is the broken one, but I'm using my darker, see that's the broken one. So I'm using this one right here. I don't miss daily. I miss like, well, really I always forget that step, but you can miss that daily if you'd like. It doesn't hurt you. So for the contour, the darker color, it's this one right here. It's actually called Contour. I can't hold it up too much because it is broken. And I'm using an angled fluffy brush. This is also from Coastal Scents in their, I think this one's in their 12-piece set, I'm pretty sure. And with the translucent powder, you let it sit, so we're not going to wipe it off quite yet. So finding where you place it on your cheeks. So when you're placing on your cheeks, right here, you want it, this is where we're going to place the contour. How you find that is you would suck in your cheeks, and where your cheeks kind of concave, that's where you're going to place your contour. And you want to make sure you don't go below your ear. Don't go below this area right here, right? Stay on top of your ear. Reason being because it can very easily become more of an aftershave effect than a contour, okay? So you want to be careful of that. And you're just going to go down and stop 2 fingers width away from your mouth. Yes, someone sent that to me, and I just haven't done it yet. I'm just a little scared of the alcohol. I don't want it to dry the product out even more. So powder is a little easier to use in the beginning of your highlight and contour. The reason why it's easier is because you don't have to do a lot of blending. So if you use a cream for highlight and contouring, it can very easily be a lot harder because you're going to be constantly blending it in. And it takes a lot of blending to get the cream to look natural. So that's more, I always say that's more of a advanced technique. Okay, so we're going to do the hairline as well. And don't worry, we will blend in with the bronzer. And underneath your neck, because that's how you get a slimmer looking face when you do it underneath. He's something like that. So you contour your hairline for 2 reasons. One, you want to have your glow or your highlights focused in this area, right? And then also if there is, like, let's say you feel like you have a larger forehead, it can minimize or give the appearance of it looking smaller. So if you have a smaller forehead, you don't want to do as much. The name of the palette with the contour is City Color Contour Effects. Alright, so let me just make sure my lines are matching up because one's a little thicker. So let's say you accidentally put... Thank you. So let's say you accidentally drew this line too far. Use your old brow brush or whatever you use for your foundation. Don't put any more foundation on it. Just use whatever's there and just clean up the line. If you feel you went too far down. So the next step, using the same brush. Yes, the contour brush it can, but I use the same brush for this step. A lot of times they'll give a brush another name, but it's the same. Yes, I'm applying makeup in natural light. Okay, so now right above where we put the contour, we're using the bronze, which is the lighter brown color, and we're blending any harsh lines right on top of it. So it's going right on top of your cheeks. So this is going to act as your transition color to your blush. And we're blending any harsh lines away. Yes, I do. I just make sure that my brush is clean. So I usually wipe it off. I put a towel down when I'm doing my makeup and I wipe it off there. Okay, so we're doing the same thing on the forehead. A dry towel, correct. And whatever is left on the brush, I just wipe it right there. Because the bronzer brought a little bit more warmth back into the face. So let's talk about contouring the nose. When you're contouring to the nose, not yet. Lipstick isn't, we haven't gone to the lipstick step yet. So I'm going to use my smaller blending brush for my nose, to contour my nose. And I'm going to use the contour color, the darker color. And we are going to highlight from here to here. So, not highlight, I'm sorry, contour from there to there. So we're going to go right in here. And this is making your nose smaller. So we blend into the eyebrows and right here. And we do it on the other side. Make sure you watch how much product you have on your blending brush, because as you guys can see, the more product you put on there, the more you're going to have to blend it in and fix it. So I had a little bit too much product in there. Don't get overwhelmed when it comes to, you know, do a little bit at a time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought you were asking me about lipstick. All right, so now we are going to blend and make sure that this area doesn't look like you have a dark line going on there. You want to blend it into your foundation and your highlight. The next step is we're going to use the bronze color. Sure you do, babe. And we're going to bring it on down here. So we use the lighter browns for the rest of the nose. And then blend it down. Yes, you're right. Most men like no lipstick because then they can kiss you without getting on them. So when you're contouring your nose, you just have to be careful to make sure you blend really well. Okay, it's very important that you blend well because it will be noticeable. Alright, so we've done that. Now it's time. Our highlight and contour is done. Pretty simple, right? It just takes time to get used to it and keep practicing and doing it. So after we do that, we are going to move on to the blush. I'm using Fever by MAC, which is one of my faves. And yes, I would use this method for photos. I do it a lot on my clients when we do photo shoots. However, I would probably apply a lot more because the camera takes away 30% of your makeup. So when I do this whole look, I would do a lot more. Thank you. No. So thank you. It's not as hard as you think, but when it comes to photos and stuff, I am using a synthetic brush actually. So just for the camera purposes, I would add a lot more. Yeah, it takes away 30% of your makeup. I'm using synthetic brushes, and so I use synthetic and human brushes, but I would tell you why. Yeah, because you have to apply a lot more when it comes to pictures. He said, yeah, it's funny how much makeup you put on. So now that we're putting on our blush, this is a fluffy blush brush, also from Coastal Scents. Thank you. Yes, anytime that you're going to be far away from people, you need a lot more makeup. And then stage makeup is heavy because all those lights wash out your makeup as well. Alright, so after we do that, then we're going to blend everything nicely. Okay, and then we are going to do our highlight, which is by MAC Gold Deposit. And we're using a fan brush. And we're just going to put it right on top here. And that's just above our blush, our chin, and our Cupid's bow. How do you balance? You know what? I think when you do your makeup in natural light, then you can see what other people are going to see. And then when you are going to be in front of a camera, go ahead and add like way more foundation and makeup and all of that. So when I say way more, so when it comes to your eyes, you need it more pigmented, so you need to keep packing it on. But right here in natural light, this is what oh, thank you for that, Chloe. Looking at myself in natural light right now, this is what I know people who are going to see me every day. But I know that if I was in the camera, it would look like I would barely have any makeup on. So, and then if you're doing your makeup in the bathroom, then you need to make sure that it's a natural light, so more like white lights, not the lights with the yellow tint to it or any type of tint. It needs to be pure white. Okay, and that is the gist of that. So highlight and contouring doesn't have to be hard. It can be exactly what we did today. Very simple. The quicker you are, the quicker you are, or the more you do it in practice, the quicker it will become, and it won't be so much a chore for you every day. Tomorrow you guys check my Facebook for our topic tomorrow because I didn't think about it. But next week we are going to be doing pop of colors. So I'm going to be showing you guys how you can add bright colors. Thank you. I'm going to show you guys how you can add bright colors to your looks without overdoing it. So, you know, I'm going to do a pop of color series. So each day there will be a different way you can add color to your makeup. My Facebook name is Deandra Giselle. And this video will be on YouTube tomorrow, so you can catch the replay for 24 hours, and then this will be posted on YouTube. And my YouTube channel is Deandra Giselle. You can send all questions, all topics. If you have a picture, maybe you tried this look and you want to show it to me, you can put it to deandragiselle@gmail.com. That's the email. And let's see, what am I forgetting? I will post this final look on my Instagram, which is also Deandra Giselle. And you guys tag me on Instagram and on Facebook should you try any of these looks. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this morning. I'm heading out. I think I'm forgetting something. Yes. Then also, Optimistic Divorcees, Dana and Miss Kev on Stage, Melissa Fredericks, we are all coming together and doing a women's conference in Atlanta. The tentative date is in March. So if you guys have any topics or if you guys are interested, you guys can email loveyourselfconference@gmail.com, and we are all looking at it and we are all answering anything that you guys may have to say, maybe topics, anything that you're interested. So please, you guys, send any questions, topics, anything about that to the loveyourselfconference@gmail.com. So thank you so much. No, it will not be live on Periscope. It's actually going to be a conference hotel one-on-one with each of us. Thank you, Chloe. So it won't be on Periscope. Is what we decided. It won't be live on Periscope. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here, Wake Up to Makeup. We are here Monday through Friday. We read your ideas. You had some really good ones, Chloe. Thank you for doing that. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I will catch you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a good day, you guys.